Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, How Top Life Sciences Companies Are Leveraging Analytics to Gain a Competitive Advantage. We're pleased you could join us as we have an in-depth discussion on how an integrated analytics platform can empower life sciences teams from commercial to R&D and drive better business outcomes. My name is Megan Billingsley, and I will be the moderator for today's webinar. But before we get started, I have just a few housekeeping items. Please note the slides will advance automatically throughout the presentation. To enlarge the slides, click the Enlarge Slides button located in the top right-hand corner of your presentation window. Should you need technical assistance, click on the Help widget located in the bottom left corner of your console. We encourage you to submit questions at any time throughout the presentation using the Q&A widget at the bottom of your console. We'll answer as many questions as we can at the end of this presentation. Following the presentation, you'll also be able to access the on-demand recording of the webinar using the same link from today's live event. Now I'd like to introduce you to today's speakers. With us today are Nitesh Baranwal, Product Line Manager, Revo Analytics at ZS Associates, and Kapil Nair, Business Technology Partner, Revo Analytics at ZS Associates. Nitesh and Kapil, it is wonderful to have you both with us today. In today's webinar, we will go over the need and challenges of an integrated analytics platform, the critical elements of an integrated analytics platform, and how ZS Associates built an analytics platform and its industry impact. Kapil, I'll pass this over to you.
Thank you, Megan. Now, we've been working with many life science companies over the years, and many of them are looking to modernize their analytics ecosystem due to several drivers. One, our client teams are facing significant pressure to do a lot more with less. POCs are great, but how do you make these analytics and industrialized capabilities that can scale and adapt to the changing business needs? Then the way analytics are being done is rapidly changing. There is explosion of data in terms of velocity and a variety of data. Along with the traditional data sets like sales, activity, shipment, analytics team wants to explore larger data sets, different type of data sets, digital data, patient data like claims, EMR, social media, and they want to do it fast. Waiting for a server setup for like 2 months is not an option anymore. Acceleration of these capabilities is a strategic imperative for many of our companies now. With so much data, AI ML is not a buzzword anymore, and rather than a necessity in life science industry, especially when it comes to R&D and even commercial. Having said that, AI ML require complete different set of tool sets and capabilities that we traditionally used to. And lastly, companies are looking to optimize their spend. We always hear that. How can we reduce our cost, but at the same time have agility and elasticity of cloud? And they don't want to solve problems that are already solved. Many of the clients are now looking to buy certain solutions which are already available and proven versus custom building on their own. Now, life sciences companies are looking for an integrated platform to meet these needs. However, they are facing many challenges as they start establishing an analytics ecosystem. To start with, there are so many tools and technologies that emerge every day. Just to evaluate, figure out the benefits and trade-offs, it's just very time-consuming effort, takes a lot of energy and time. On top of that, there is no single tool that is a silver bullet and that can do it all. You need the right set of tools that support ever-changing analytics needs. And AI and data science is here, but so as all the dashboards and reports that we all love to look at, those are not gone yet. So you need something that can provide you both capabilities. We are also seeing companies struggling to migrate given the investment they have made in the traditional analytics infrastructure. On top of that, the people who are trained in using those components. So that's another major challenge. And many of you must have experienced that how lines between analytics and technology are starting to blur. SAS is a thing of the past. Analysts want to use R, Python, along with the visualization tools. Data scientists and ML engineers are writing code for AI models. The analytics we used to know is drastically changing and really looking technology to partner together. And don't forget about our favorite topic, which is security and governance. We all love that. And it's enormous data out there, which makes the security and governance even more important in this time frame, especially when it comes to cloud. Life sciences companies are facing unique challenges from a compliance perspective, and which makes the cloud adoption even harder challenge. Now, I see how this could look like mission impossible, but there is hope. We strongly believe companies who leverage an integrated analytics platform can overcome these challenges. And as a matter of fact, many of them already have done it. I'll talk to you about one of them in a few minutes, but let's take a look at it. What is required in a platform like this? So first, you need a unified cloud-based platform that can provide flexibility and continue to evolve over time because your needs going to change. Not only it will provide a smart data ingestion, but it should also provide you processing and data quality capability, and it should also scale linearly because the data is going to continue to grow as we see in future. You should also be able to process a variety of data, small data, big data. Scaling should be part of life, and it should be very much seamless and automated. Number two, you need proven tools that can interoperate, provide traditional dashboards, reports, but along with a sophisticated ad hoc analysis capabilities. People are still looking for this. They're still looking for dashboards and reports, so you need that. You also need the tools that cater to your analyst and data science community. Their needs are very unique, and this will include a data catalog, so they can actually find the data, a workbench with tools and sandboxes so they can explore data, prove certain hypotheses, and also leverage many of these tools for the analytics use cases. And last but not least, a very secure and cost-effective environment. This is table stakes. Security is ingrained for many of the life sciences companies, and compliance needs are paramount. But at the same time, this platform needs to provide an agility. So you should be able to set up a data science lab in minutes, not in weeks. You should be able to evaluate a large data source, and it should be doable within a day and should not wait for weeks and weeks of quote-unquote infrastructure approvals that you require these days. Now, let me walk you through a journey of a client who I know them very well, and this client was planning to launch their first specialty product, and they were looking to establish analytics capability, infrastructure, pretty much greenfield. Their vision was to establish a centralized data repository for enterprise with goals to drive performance excellence with data and analytics. This required an agile and scalable platform, which they were hoping that can meet their needs, for now, but it could scale to support R&D, finance, and other areas. And client chose Revo Analytics, our platform, and they started their journey just few months before their launch was scheduled, and then established a data lake and a commercial data warehouse to support their product launch. Post-launch of their platform, they expanded the platform to support medical, supply chain, and finance to enable a truly integrated analytics capability. And actually, right now, they are working on bringing in a lot of the real-world evidence, data, and then enabling some of the other team members in R&D. So that's one of the solutions that we put in and helping with this client. Now, fast forward a few months, our client had a very successful launch. They were up and running in less than 4 months with capabilities that even some of the larger competitors that they were looking at, even they were lacking those capabilities. Commercial teams were able to closely monitor their launch and adjust their strategy by leveraging almost real-time insights. And by building a truly integrated analytics ecosystem, client team was able to collaborate effectively. I mean, they had these launch meetings together where they would look at it for marketing data, market access data, a lot of the sales data together, and it was highly productive sessions. Now, a year into their launch, several advanced analytics use cases were enabled via Revo Analytics. This included patient-level data, call center nodes, voice, and many of the use cases like adherence, et cetera, were enabled using their capability. Now they're in the process of launching even event prediction and next best action. So their foundation continued to grow as their needs evolve. And with highly intuitive and insight-driven reports, the user adoption was consistently over 90%. And this was enabled by highly automated processes and quality data, which was done by design. So there is a lot of trust in the data that they are providing to their customers. Now, this established a foundation where now they're also thinking about launching a next potential blockbuster product. So it was a great story for them from start to end, and it didn't took them that long. Now, I've been talking about Revo quite a bit. Now, I would like my colleague, Nitesh, to walk you through it and tell you a little bit about Revo and maybe show you a few of those components. So, Nitesh?
All right. Thanks, Kapil, for providing us all that rich industry experience and perspective. A lot of good stuff there. Now that we looked at the case study, let me introduce our Revo Analytics platform to you guys. And in fact, before that, let me also describe ZS for those of you who might not be very familiar with our brand. So ZS is a premier sales and marketing consulting company, primarily focused on the life sciences industry with over 35 years of experience. We work with almost all the top pharma and med devices companies, along with few clients in the travel, transportation, financial services, and even high tech. Oh, and by the way, ZS has always had its roots in analytics, and over the years, we have consistently built several products, solutions, and services which are built on these core pillars of data management and analytics. Now, with the advent and adoption of cloud and big data technologies in life sciences, which was a little delayed, by the way, we felt that it was time we shared our expertise and packaged it into an analytics platform built for the future. This is essentially how Revo was born. It is built on top of AWS from ground up and has several integrated components to provide a unified analytics experience across different internal teams, ranging from clinical to commercial operations. And whether it's smart data management or reporting or analytics, we serve all different kinds of users by providing an ecosystem of the right tools and applications for the job, all integrated and exposed behind a very secure layer of access. We have also built several accelerators within the platform, which drastically reduce time to completion for projects and provide a high degree of quality and confidence for our users. And the real beauty of this platform is that it is agile, fast, and fully transparent, giving its users full control over data, both processed and raw, as well as processes and insights within the governance model they want. In summary, Revo Analytics addresses many of the industry challenges we discussed earlier by providing a unified and ready-to-use analytics platform without having the life sciences companies develop years of internal capability themselves. So with that quick introduction, let me dive into the 5 layers of our platform and introduce many of the components in our stack. As you can see, starting on the leftmost layer at number 1, we have our Revo Business Insights layer. And this layer provides ready-to-use advanced applications designed to solve business-specific life sciences problems and accelerate analytics. It combines all of the backend power of Revo with very sleek visualizations and end-user optimized apps that can provide very actionable insights to our business users, including HQ and field. And these business applications are available for a wide array of focus areas, ranging from launch to retail sales performance, brand marketing to customer-centric marketing, specialty pharma to managed market, and even real-world evidence. And there's a few more that you can see on that list. Number 2 is our Revo Analytics Workbench layer, and this layer enables ad hoc analysis through use of a variety of tools and applications. This layer is aimed at our more advanced analytics users. So we expect the users to be able to interact with these systems and use the tools in the right way. And within this layer, we have a few different components going on. So the first one is Data Hub, which lets our users interact with a data warehouse sitting in the cloud. And this has been a little bit of a challenge, with the new way that we are architecting these things. So with the Data Hub, the users can perform ad hoc ingestion and extraction, and they can also manage the configuration data, and in fact also monitor the data processes that are running in the backend, which are constantly generating these insights. We've also launched a new algorithm as service framework, which can be used to industrialize and integrate ZS-built AI/ML algorithms. And even if you have some algorithms that you are bringing to the table, we can also look to sort of industrialize and make them more integrated with the different client applications or client systems using very secure REST APIs. Along with these, we also provide access to a variety of data science tools, such as RStudio, Jupyter, H2O, etc. in our Workbench. And these are the more open source tools that we've seen grow very popular in the industry. In fact, if you're working with some other tools that you might want to bring into the Workbench, we can always work with you and get those tools available to the users as well. And finally, to cover all of these, there is a management console for the Workbench admins, which lets them provision the right AWS resources and install these preferred tools and applications using a very simple user interface. So that was about the Analytics Workbench. The middle layer is our intelligence engine, and this is where a lot of our secret sauce lies. So we have a bunch of stencils, which are basically collection of data connectors, data model, quality checks, and business rules. And these are all built on top of our data management product and tailored for specific business areas, the ones that I was mentioning in layer 1. So the beauty of these stencils is that they reduce the implementation times and costs significantly for projects, especially if they're used without a lot of customization. And we also have a lot of reporting templates that go with these stencils, which plug and form the basis of the business applications that I mentioned earlier. Beyond these, we also have a very powerful data search that's built on top of our data lake and exposed through our data catalog product. And we also have a rich repository of algorithms in our library for marketing mix, launch, analytics, etc., which can be exposed using our framework or directly used within the Workbench with the data science tools that I mentioned. Number 4 is the data services layer, and this layer provides end-to-end data services from ingestion of data connecting to a wide variety of sources to processing and storage of data sets which are ready for analysis. And within this layer, we can expose raw as well as processed data, like I mentioned earlier. So the users have a complete view of the entire data journey through this layer. It houses the Data Manager product, which is the backbone of our managed service for data management. And there's also the Data Catalog product, which is also very popular amongst our users. And this Data Catalog product can be used by business users directly to search and discover the data sets which can grow very, very many-fold in a big organization. Along with these products, the layer also enables best practices and frameworks for data warehousing and data lake using the right AWS services. And then finally, on the rightmost layer, we have a Revo Cloud Services layer. This layer is fully abstracted from our end users, so they will never interact with it directly. And our very mature cloud engineering team is primarily responsible for this layer and takes care of the critical infrastructure level considerations such as security, disaster recovery, high availability, all while monitoring all of our services and tracking their billing on AWS. So it's really nice to have someone watching our backs. That's the 5 layers that I want to cover. I did want to point out that while there's some relations between components in different layers, these layers themselves are not totally interdependent. For example, you can just use Data Manager along with a stencil in a business app, or you can just use the data catalog or workbench by itself. So with that, let me show you all the different data sources that our platform supports in US. Of course, this is not a final list. It continues to grow as we onboard more clients. As a matter of fact, we're not restricted to any specific set of vendors on the data side and can process pretty much any of the syndicate data that exists in the market. Now let me take you through a small demo to show all the Revo layers in action.
Hello and welcome to a quick overview of our Revo Analytics platform. In this video, we will navigate our entire analytics journey for specialty pharma. Let's begin with Revo Data Manager, our data management product. Here, I will quickly create a new project for data management using our specialty stencil. The stencil expedites my project implementation as it provides relevant pre-configured data sources like Patient Hub and Viva data, associated business rules, metrics, and even data quality checks. I will import all these objects into my project. Let's take a look at our project now. We can begin by adding some adapters using the many bidirectional connectors available. From there, we can configure ingestion schemas, data quality checks, business rules, and exports. Business rules can be configured using a graphical canvas and drag and drop transformations. Once our project is implemented in Data Manager, we can run all the flows to process all data and load into our data warehouse while simultaneously cataloging it. On that note, let's view the Revo Data Catalog, our simple yet powerful cataloging solution. We can use categories and subcategories to discover data sets, or search using keywords. We can also explore a data set in detail, for example, specialty pharmacy shipments data, and even look at its sample data and metadata. Further, we can add it to our basket and export to our workbench for some ad hoc analysis. Now let's look at our pre-configured Revo Specialty business application for the home office, which informs me about every aspect of my specialty product, including customer reach, geography sales, patient status, top denial reasons, and other aspects. We can even take a deeper look, for example, at our channel partners to analyze how our shipments match market demands. These and many other reports and insights are available to our users out of the box. Let's switch gears and go to Revo Data Hub, our self-service portal, to quickly ingest a data set, say shipment data, from my local machine into our data warehouse. I can quickly configure settings and get a preview of the data, update schema, add some data quality checks, name the ingestion, and run it. I can even choose to schedule it for later. Beyond this, Data Hub can be used to extract data, manage configuration data, and monitor data processes in real time. And finally, I can blend our ingested shipment data from the previous step with Hub data stored in Data Warehouse using our Revo Analytics Workbench for some quick ad hoc analysis. I can choose to query these data sets using Hue or visualize them using Tableau. Other tools such as RStudio, Jupyter, Zeppelin, and H2O are also available within the Workbench to perform data analytics and science using code. These tools are installed using the Workbench Management Console. This console lets me create projects and assign users as part of my team. I can also provision and manage the AWS resources and tools I need right from the simple user interface. I can then access them using my workspace and carry out my analysis as I showed earlier. This brings us to the end of our quick demo. For more information on Revo Analytics, please contact ZS.
All right. Hopefully the demo gave you some more idea about the different moving parts in our platform. And really, Revo has been very successful and currently used by many of our clients across several established use cases. And you can see them at the bottom. We have a lot of experience with our commercial data and analytics solution with more than 15 plus clients ranging from emerging to even a few of the medium to large clients who are using Revo today. And really, our greatest value prop has been very quick time to market at reduced costs. And we still deliver all of our projects at very high quality, which is achieved through using more than a dozen odd stencils that we've built over time and a similar number of turnkey business applications. And again, this is only possible through our deep knowledge of the life sciences industry, which we have encoded starting from our pre-built connectors targeting over 100 data sources. We also know the right data quality checks and the business rules to apply to these sources. And we've also come up with the most relevant set of KPIs and metrics. So, that's the real power of the platform. And going forward, we've also enabled our workbench and data catalog products for some of our clients whose needs have evolved beyond traditional data management and reporting over time. So, always that's an option for all of our clients. And I did want to call out that all of this is being enabled by a very strong team of over 80 members across onshore and offshore, many of whom have AWS certifications. And in fact, ZS is a premier partner for AWS and is a member of a very small club of partners accredited with AWS Life Sciences competency. And, so that's really a testament to our commitment to the platform and the value that we bring to our clients. And we really hope we can bring that same value to you. So with that, we come to the end of our presentation, and we'll be happy to take some questions from the audience now.
Thank you, Nitesh and Kapil. That was a great discussion.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks, Megan.
Okay, we have a few minutes left and several questions from the audience. So the first one that we have is, what types of use cases is Revo handling in the advanced analytics capabilities?
So I can take that. And let me begin by saying that Revo has many business apps with embedded advanced analytics for marketing mix, performance analytics, attribution modeling, and many of those advanced analytics use cases. These and many other algorithms are also available as part of our library, which can be accessed by data scientists directly working within a sandbox. They can build on top of these algorithms. They can enrich with their own AI/ML models, or they can also use the algorithm service to integrate. And we also have a lot of these analytics transformations in our data manager product, which can enable the users to build their own AI/ML processes. Kapil, did you want to add anything else?
Yeah, and then many of our clients are also working with us to put the processes together where we help them industrialize many of these analytics models that they create. So some of them want to create an event prediction, which is then embedded in delivering some of those insights to the users directly. So all of that industrialization part is also codified within the Revo platform.
Great, thank you. Okay, we have another question here. Does a client need to license the entire platform, or can parts of the platform be subscribed to based on use cases?
Okay, let me try that one, Kapil. So Revo is built in a very modular way, so no clients do not have to license the entire platform at once. In fact, in our experience, each client situation is very different, right? So some clients license the entire platform right from the get-go, and then some clients start with one or two key components based on their current needs, and as their needs evolve, they consider other components. What we've seen typically is a lot of the clients license the data management module along with a few select business applications depending on where they are with their products. And they also leverage our stencils for that time to market and quality. And then they move on to the other modules in Revo.
So we have another question coming in from the audience. Where have you seen the most widespread usage of Revo? Which team and any specific use cases?
I can take that. We have seen emerging pharma clients. They are using Revo to accelerate their analytics capabilities. So, for example, launching their products, or and they're using full stack from everything from data management to applications to analytics. Some of the larger clients are also leveraging this model to transform their legacy capability. We've also seen analytics teams and data science teams using workbench and sandboxes to do data exploration, advanced analytics. In some cases, they're using a larger volume of data where they need to run one-off hypotheses or perhaps evaluate these data sets. So they're using Revo in order to do that. In many cases, clients are also using the apps, business insights apps, where they already have their data infrastructure underneath, and those apps are sort of providing the usability to users. Some of the recent clients are also using our algorithm as a service, in which case our packaged algorithms are being used on their own client's data in providing the analytics capability there.
Great, thank you. Okay, we have another question here. How does it compare with other platforms from software vendors?
Okay, so a lot of the other platforms in the market, many of them are pure software play, and they're very focused on certain areas. So, for example, some of them have data catalogs. Some of them have just analytics sandbox capabilities. You'll also find some reporting and dashboard offerings for life sciences. However, Revo provides an end-to-end analytics solution. So starting from data ingestion to data processing, insight generation, and insight interpretation. It does it all. And with the agility of cloud and ongoing innovation, you're constantly getting the innovation that's happening in the industry and best practices for many, many clients coming to you. So that's one of the major differences. And clients can simply jump from, creating insights from data without really worrying about why the landscape is changing or how it's changing, and minimize their upfront investment. So you're not looking to buy many of the servers or any infrastructure or any large software purchase upfront. Our domain-specific knowledge is baked into our stencil, and that provides you a very life science-centric solutions versus just a plain vanilla box that you receive, which is an empty shell from a technology. So those are some of the key differences.
Great, thank you so much. This next question is actually sort of two in one. Is this platform one that can be accessed by global teams, and are you able to scale it to different geographies?
So that'll be me again. And the answer is absolutely. One of the key benefits of cloud is ability to rapidly scale and of course, global availability. Currently, Revo is, many clients in US are using. We are also available in South America. We have a client there, and we are planning to launch in EU region in the first half towards the Q2 2019. Asia Pac and Japan, we are targeting 2020. So our goal is by end of 2020, early 21, we will have a very regionalized, models for Revo available, where we are providing tailored use cases by region, leveraging our stencils. So this will provide more localized data sources, all of them, the models, the reports, very, very tailored to their needs.
Awesome, thank you. Can you share some benchmarks on the quantum of data Revo is able to process?
Yeah, let me take that one. So we have patient-level analytics processing about 10 terabytes from various sources like Optum Claims, Practice Fusion, records, health records, and Symphony sales, and many more. And some of our clients are also pushing that limit. So we'll see, how far we can go.
And just to add that in terms of scale, we have clients, as we mentioned, for emerging pharma, which are from 50, 60 reps, to large pharma where there are 3,000 reps in U.S. and they're managing their entire commercial data onto the system. And so that also tells you the scale from data that is being used.
Awesome. Thank you both. Does your platform cater to all life sciences companies?
Yeah, it definitely does to all the different companies that we've seen. Majority of our clients are coming from the pharma industry, but we also have clients from med devices who are using many different products from the platform.
Great. Okay, it looks like we have one more question coming in. How do we know more about Revo, and whom do we get in touch with?
Oh, that's a nice last question. So we have it on the screen. You can visit our website, zs.com/Revo, for more information, or you can reach out to us directly. I'm Nitesh, and I have my colleague Kapil here, directly for detailed demos.
Wonderful. Thank you both so much. That is all the time that we have today. We want to thank our audience again for the great questions. For those questions that we weren't able to address, ZS will follow up with responses in the coming days. A big thanks to today's speakers, Nitesh Barwal and Kapil Nair, and again to you, our audience, for joining us. As a reminder, today's webinar will be available on demand, and a link will be sent to you after the webinar. Have a great day, everyone.